Hey guys, let me turn down this music a little bit. It's kind of groovy though, right? How is everyone? Happy belated Merry Christmas, Boxing Day, and almost New Year's. So I'm Sandra, as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and I'm going to give you some answers. Now, I just moved over to a new streaming software. And while I'm streaming in many places, unfortunately, I don't know how to see where the chat is. So I literally, oh, wait a second. I think I do see where the chat is. Yes. I'm actually streaming to a lot of platforms. So I'm not totally sure if I'll be able to see your comments. If I can't see your comments just for tonight, you can, what can we do? I would say, it's gonna be really hard to do, huh? Okay, here's what I'm gonna tell you is, at the end of this live, if you have questions, you can email me, and I'm gonna put in my email right now. And if you need to ask a question or you want to know more about what I'm talking about tonight, I'm going to give you my email address. And that, make sure I'm spelling it right, channel ID. Okay, and so, yeah. So I could actually check this during this live. So if you're watching this live, which you may be watching it later, apologies. But if you are watching it live, I just put up my email address. And what I'm going to do, just for tonight, because I'm not sure on all the platforms that I'm at that I can see you guys and your comments. So if you do have a really important comment or question, please do email me and I will be able to check that every so often. I'm just logging on, so apologies. Okay, so I'm logged on to Gmail. So if you have some personalized reading you need or question you need, basically the reason I'm here tonight is just doing an impromptu live to talk about, sorry, I just got back from the gym. I'm talking about tonight about New Year's. And I kind of felt like, holidays are super stressful. And I just finished an online course talking about creating a stress shield. And basically, what a stress shield is, it's just basically techniques and methods you can use when you start to feel stressed out, or hopefully before you feel stressed out, that will help you with maintaining your stress level. This is how I like to explain it to people. And I'm going to actually go right off of the stress shield that I sell online tonight. So you're going to get that information for free. I generally sell this stress shield sheet of instructions with a guided meditation. And if you are interested and you do want to find it, I think in the comments or at the top of the chat, I posted the web address to my website that has courses and ebooks and all kinds of good stuff. But I think it's not that expensive. I think it's $5 for the stress shield, and it also comes with the guided meditation. And the thing that people like so much about the guided meditation is when you buy it, you download it. And I don't know about you guys, but I like to go into nature when I do my meditations. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so we have waterfalls and we have cliffs and we have these beautiful, oh my God, you've never seen such a beautiful place. I mean, the hiking here is just exceptional. And I love to go to places like that and do my meditation. And here's the problem: there's no cell service. There's no cell service in places like that. So, the benefit to downloading a guided meditation that you would purchase online is that it's on your phone, it's on your laptop, it's on your tablet, it's anywhere you want to put it. And then when you do want to have that quiet time and maybe you don't have Wi-Fi because you're in the middle of nowhere, you have it. It's just there for you. So nothing like hiking up to a beautiful spot and wanting to do a little meditation and you can't. So I think it's on there. Regeneration.podia.com is the website where you can find what we're going to talk about. So let's just get into it. And like I said, I will occasionally check my email and see if there's people that are trying to chat with me and I cannot see them because I'm still getting used to this platform and being on many places at once. So let's talk about it. Stress shields. First of all, why do we need a stress shield? That's pretty easy to answer, right? I think most of us have been through the holidays and it's a little crazy, right? Families coming over and just it's like your life and then 10 additional things, right? So maybe you're working or you're a mom and now the kids are off school for 2 weeks and now you're trying to work and navigate where the kids are going to go or who's watching the kids, okay? And then you've got the situation of the holiday. So now many people are buying gifts or they're planning on a big meal or they're even having family come stay and you're trying to get ready for the visitors and the meal and you're trying to go shopping. Oh, but that's not all. I mean, it's like we've got so much going on. And so it's really tough. And I don't know how you guys are doing with weather, but I can tell you right now it's wintertime when I'm filming this video. And if I were to show you outside my window, it's literally snow covering the ground. So now you've got not being able to get around. so yeah, I had some stress. I had some stress coming home from the gym tonight, wondering if I'd make it okay. But you know what? Working out is my stress shield. That is my number one thing that I do to keep myself calm. So when I start to feel like I worked today for 12 hours straight without a break, and I sat there and I typed and my brain energy was just fried, but my body was ready to go. And, when we work out, we release all of these endorphins, these feel good endorphins, right? And when we don't work out, we're much more likely to feel anxiety and to feel stress. So number one thing for me, I can just say without a doubt, is exercising. And as much as I go, oh God, I have to go into the gym, it's just the worst to go into the gym. I have to go get killed by my trainer, by my teacher, whatever. When I leave, I feel good. And it's so weird because, you're sitting there thinking, God, this is horrible. I can't believe I've got to do this. But then you get in there and you start sweating and you're moving and you're with other people, right? And I don't know about you, but it's been a huge sense of, what do I want to say? With Corona, with COVID, it's been so much isolation, right? We were locked down. We were stuck in our house. We couldn't go anywhere. And when we went places, we had to have a mask on and stay 6 feet away. And for me, that was a huge source of stress. And so I like going to the gym, even though I'm still 6 feet away from people. It's just nice to see people smile again. And here in Oregon, we still have a mask law. Fortunately, our gym is large enough that we can go into a class and we can be 6 feet from each other and take our masks off if we choose to do. Some people don't. I know a lot of states have reopened with the mask thing. Oregon is not one of them. And I know California and Washington are still with the full-time mask rule. And it's just, we're humans. We need connection. And I feel like a lot of people have hit a pretty discouraging point in their life when they couldn't see their family and they couldn't see their friends. And then it's just, yeah, how different our life is. And so I think that this time is just so apropos for getting into what we can do. Like I mentioned, my thing is working out. I'm gonna look really smart now with my glasses. So number one, I have my little from my program that you can purchase, but we'll just go over it. Creating your stress shield. So number one is to slow down. And it says slow down, set realistic goals, focus on one task at a time. This right here where I can read it. One task at a time, take a break, stretch, 10-minute walk to renew energy and sharpen concentration. And I think the slowing down part is probably the most important thing, right? I used to race around. I'll use myself as the example. I used to race around and try to do 20 things in a day. And I'll tell you that I was always out of breath. I was always running late. But I felt like I was really getting stuff done, right? I was also just burning my candle at both ends. And somebody very wise and somebody I really respect said to me, you're doing it all wrong because you're trying to do 10 things and you're so frazzled that you're not really being authentic and in the moment. On any one of those 10 things, you're not 100% there. And I had to really think about that. Like, yeah, I think you're right, because I'm either thinking about the last place I was or the next place I have to go to and looking at my watch, and I'm never fully present in the moment. So I want that to be your goal for the next week. I want you to be fully present, and I want you to not overextend yourself, okay? Set realistic goals. Slow down. What does that mean? I can only do one thing in a day? No, what I'm saying is pick the one thing that's most important. Okay, maybe it's a family gathering, or maybe you're planning a day with your kids, who are off school. Let that be your one thing. Now, if you get through that and you have extra time in your day and you're like, hey, time to bake cookies and I have time to go visit the neighbors and drop off a fruit basket, that's great. But not putting all of those things on your list, number one, that's going to make you feel overwhelmed. You're probably not going to finish it. Then you're going to feel like crap, excuse my language, when it doesn't happen, right? Why not just set one thing on your agenda? And if that happens and you have extra time, you feel like a rock star and you're like, oh, now I can do this. Now I can do that. Now I can do that, right? It's pretty cool. I mean, it makes you feel good. It doesn't make you feel like, God, I just can't do anything, And I think that's really valuable. So slow down, try to set realistic goals. If you can, schedule one thing in a day. And I keep losing my phone that has my little, okay. Number two, clear the clutter. Clear the clutter. Let's try to say that. It's a tongue twister. Downsize, donate. Make sure you downsize and donate at least once a month. I think that's really good advice. Give away items seldomly used or store them out of sight. And what I mean by that is I'll bet you $10 right now, if you have like a little entrance hall or you have a mud room like we have in the Northwest because it's, the snow and everything. If you were to go in some main living area of your home, I'm not talking about the basement and the garage, you'd probably see shoes like flip-flops that nobody's going to wear over the winter. You might see, someone's shorts that they put on the shelf and, it's one thing if you're going to go to the gym, but this is really not short weather, right? Now, I'm not telling you to get rid of all your summer clothes. What I'm saying is you can probably look around your house and either see things that, first of all, you just don't use anymore and they're just kind of taking up space. And for some reason or another, you never got rid of them. Why not give them to someone that can really appreciate it? Why not donate them? There are homeless shelters, there's, nonprofits, there's Goodwill, there's so many places that you can donate to and get a tax deduction. and clear the clutter, right? And then when it comes to the shorts and the flip flops and things you're absolutely going to wear, but just not for about 6 months, you don't necessarily have to see them every time you walk through the entry hall, right? So get a box. Just, go to the grocery store, find some boxes, and mark on their summer. And throw in your frisbees and your shorts and your all those fun things that we have during the summertime, but we don't even touch in the winter. Put it in a box, mark it summer, tape it up, throw it in your basement or your garage, store it away. Why am I saying this? There's a really famous Japanese organizer I bet a lot of you have seen, and I can't think of her name right now, but she always asks the question, does it spark joy? If something doesn't spark joy, you find a home for it. Yeah, that might be, well, it's one way of looking at it. I just think that clearing the clutter out, you will find when you're in a clean, organized space, your life and your frame of mind is just a lot more clear. I don't know how that works. I don't. And if you look at Einstein's desk, if you've ever seen a picture of Einstein's desk, he was brilliant, right? His office was a nightmare. So, I mean, but I'll tell you something. I have a best friend, and some of his house looks a lot like Einstein's office, but I can tell you that he knows where every single thing is, and everything has a place. And I personally need an organized space, but some people, it doesn't bother them. But yeah, definitely, if you're not going to use things, why not give them a home? Why not donate them where someone else that could really use them can get the benefit? Okay. The third thing on my list is to think positive. And you're like, oh, that's so easy, Sandra. Come on, why would you even write that down? You'd be surprised, okay? So this says, think positive. Remind yourself that change is natural and life is filled with temporary ups and downs. Speak gently to yourself and choose encouraging words. Did you hear that last line? Speak gently to yourself. Yeah, I'm looking at you, okay? We are so mean. Why are we so mean to ourselves? It's like we're understanding when someone else doesn't make the appointment on time, or they can't get together with you for lunch because they got overwhelmed at work. And we're like, yeah, cool. And then, I can only speak for myself. I am my harshest critic. And I'll bet you that if that little voice that talks to you in your head was actually audible and other people could hear it, they would literally be shocked at the things that you think about and say to yourself. I want you to be nicer to yourself, okay? I'll bet you're a great person in your daily life. I'll bet you are so wonderful and supportive and loving to others. And then why is it that people that are the most loving are oftentimes the meanest to themselves? I don't know. I don't know what that is. And someone told me recently, oh, it's the way you were raised. I don't think so. My mom was the kindest, sweetest person, but I can do 100 things right in a day and do one thing not so great. And I don't care about the 100 things I did right. All I can think is, you are a complete loser. You have wasted your day. Oh my God, just throw yourself off a bridge because you didn't do this one thing right, okay? That's crazy. And I think we need to ask ourselves, would I talk like that to someone besides myself? The answer for me is absolutely not. I would not be like that. So we need to be more encouraging and be more gentle. Can you please just talk a little bit nicer to yourself? Please, I beg of you, okay? Because like 90% of you watching this video, that inner voice is pretty mean, okay? It's not okay. Number 4, sleep well and exercise regularly. Ooh, there's my stress shield. This is a little affirmation you can say. I am more resilient when I am well rested. Plus, physical activity is a constructive way to release tension. I lift weights. I take fitness classes online. I remove obstacles to my health and happiness as much as possible. Um, yeah, and some people are like, they can't go to a gym and they can't do CrossFit and they can't do boxing like maybe I enjoy or dancing. Okay. Do what you can do. And the thing is, we're all starting from somewhere, right? And where I'm starting from is not where you're starting from. And maybe you're like, wow, it's just, I can't even go to a gym right now. I don't feel comfortable about my body, or I don't have the energy. Here's what I'm going to tell you. And this is from a guy, I believe his name is Terry Crews. He's a famous actor and he has just got this amazing body. And someone said, how do how to shape? And he said, buy yourself a membership to the gym. And even if you don't want to work out, go to the gym, sit on the couch, bring a magazine or a book and read. And the interviewer was like, what? What are you talking about? And, his point was, he said, you're going to come in, you're going to read, and you're going to see people walking by you. And you're going to see them laughing and sweaty and coming out of a class. And eventually, you might come to that gym 6 times. I don't remember exactly how many times he said, but eventually you're going to get up and be curious. And maybe you're going to go get on the treadmill that day for 15 minutes. And maybe the next time you come, maybe you're going to try an elliptical, or you might see a yoga class that looked good to you. Or maybe you have a pool at your gym like I do, and you decide to get in the water and walk around. Just walk in the water, because you know what? You're getting the benefit. For me, I need to do a lot to make my sweat and get hot and a sweaty brow. You might just get in the pool and start walking back and forth and you're out of breath and your face is red and you're hot and you're tired. Bingo. That's all you needed. If you get to the point where your brow is sweaty and your face is hot and you're out of breath, and if I asked you a question, you could barely get out a full sentence, you have released those endorphins and those feel-good hormones. You've got your heart working. You are becoming healthier. And that's going to really help reduce your stress and anxiety. Okay, let's move on. Where are we at? We are at number 7. Take time each day to pause and reflect. Meditate. Just breathe deeply, scanning your body to loosen up stiff shoulders or a tight jaw. Observe your thoughts. Let go of judgments. Now, I want, you think right now, I'm relaxed. I don't know if you're at work. I don't know if you could do this, but if you can, I want you to just for a moment, close your eyes if it's possible. If it's not possible, don't close your eyes. But if you could, try to just focus, not focus on me for a moment. And I'm going to have you close your eyes and I want you to just pay attention to your body. And I want you to kind of start at the top of your head. And I want you to just kind of follow down through your facial muscles and the muscles of your scalp. And then move into your neck. Bet you feel some tightness there in your neck, right? And then as you go into the shoulders, just kind of move your shoulders around in circular motions. And you're going to notice that neck being tight and those shoulders being tight, right? Some people also might notice that there is stress in their legs. A lot of people hold stress in their legs or their lower back, right? We are not, many times during the day, we're not conscious of our bodies, and being in touch with our body is so important. And I know a lot of you out there are like, I don't even know what's going on with me. Okay. And this is all crazy talk. It's not woo-woo talk. You can be in touch with your body. And if you're not in touch with your body and you don't allow yourself a chance to relax and just let go, it's going to catch up with you. And I'm not just talking about stress and anxiety. I'm talking about illness. Okay. If I were to say the number one thing that I think people become ill from, besides stress and anxiety, is not ever bringing their mood all the way down to a deeply relaxed state. And I know we do that when we sleep, but it's really important that we also do it during our waking hours. there's a certain level of brain waves that you can meditate to, and it's called a binaural frequency. So look that up. It's BINAURAL, binaural frequency or binaural beats. Just very important, people don't tell you, you got to have headphones on. And what happens is in the binaural beats is they give you a frequency for your brain. And if you're looking for like a theta or alpha brainwave, which is a very relaxed brainwave, you're going to put those headphones on and your brain is working 95 miles an hour. But the interesting thing about our brain is when we hear a frequency that matches a more relaxed state, our brain actually clicks into that. It might take a few minutes, but that's a great way to train your brain to relax. Another thing is people say, I can't meditate. I can't do it, Sandra. I can't sit there and just not think about anything. All of a sudden I'm thinking about the bank and I'm thinking about how we need to call the accountant and that door that keeps squeaking, I got to get somebody to fix that door in the side yard. Yeah, that's what happens when you're not used to meditating, you don't know how. So guided meditation. So binaural frequencies, guided meditations. What is a guided meditation? Look it up on YouTube. I've got a whole channel, a live channel 24 hours a day. You can go to and you can hear my voice, but there are so many channels and I'm not going to list my channel. You're just going to have to find it somewhere. Get on a guided meditation and hear a voice that you find calming and let it kind of take you there. And as you evolve and you learn how to reach that state of relaxation, at least for me, I left guided meditation a long time ago. I need it quiet. I don't want to hear anybody talking when I'm meditating. I'm kind of going off on my own little journey in the sky. So I don't want to be interrupted. I like a nice quiet room and I like to lay down and just kind of cross my hands or cross my feet. And that's another misconception about meditating is people say, don't cross your hands or feet. I come from the school of thought or belief that crossing your hands or your feet actually grounds you. And for me, when I meditate, I want to feel grounded to the earth. Believe it or not, people feel nervous about meditating because they're really letting go and just kind of traveling to some other place in their mind. And they're always worried, like, what if I can't get back into my body? You will. In fact, I'm a hypnotherapist by trade, and people would always make the joke of, what if you take me under hypnosis and I don't come out? It's not possible. The worst thing that would happen in the world, of course, I would never leave someone and not bring them out of hypnosis, but if it did happen, they would simply fall asleep and then wake up a few minutes later and be out of hypnosis. Same thing with meditation. If you're really tired and you're meditating and you're finding yourself falling asleep, that is most likely because you're not sleeping well at night. But that's the worst that's going to happen is you're going to meditate, you're going to fall asleep, and then you're going to wake up. I mean, there's no scary situation going on. So yeah, crossing your hands and arms is a good technique that I use. Binaural frequencies, but only with headphones and guided meditation. And then you're going to get to the point eventually where you're probably going to be like me and just want it really soft music or nothing, the sound of a creek or something. Okay, we got one more point we're going to cover, and that is reaching out to others. Spending time with family and friends, sharing your thoughts and feelings, asking for support when you need it, okay? And there we get back to this isolation, right? We have so many people, you guys, that are so troubled right now, and I don't want to get too emotional, but yeah, I mean, I've lost people just recently, unfortunately, that couldn't handle the stress of what we've been through in the last couple of years with the pandemic and the isolation factor. And then, a lot of people have lost their jobs, and it's just so unfortunate. And I think that now more than ever, it's really important that we reach out to each other, right? And And I'm not talking about just your friends. I mean, yes, I want you to check in with your friends and family and spend time with them because that's so important to us as human beings. We're pack animals. We want to be together. We don't want to be alone. Okay. It's not in our nature to be alone. Safety in numbers, right? And you just feel safer when you're with people that you care about and um, that you feel safe with. But let's take it a step further. What about the person working at the counter when when checking you out when you go to the grocery store? Can you be a little bit kinder? Um, I I saw a really nice lady that was going into the grocery store. I think she was mobility impaired. I think she was having some trouble and she was kind of trying to get her cart going on and the cart was stuck and she kind of had this cane and I was in a hurry. I needed to grab a couple things and then zoom out of there and I could have just gone right next to her and grabbed a cart and been on my way. And instead of that, I just said to her, "Hey, do you need a little help with that cart? These things get jammed all the time, don't they? It's just so frustrating." And she said, "Oh, my goodness, thank you so much. Oh, you don't have to do that." And she smiled even under her mask. I could see she was smiling. And I smiled back and I wished her a Merry Christmas. So I think sometimes if we can just give a little bit of kindness, you know, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could just be really small. It could just be a smile. It could just be a kind word or just a helping gesture. And I think that's really valuable. But if you are watching this video and you do feel lost and alone, I want you to know you're not. You're not lost and alone. Okay. I care about you. And I guarantee you there's other people that care about you. And you don't have to feel this way. Please reach out. Please reach out. There are hotlines if you just need to talk to somebody. There are lots of resources for you to go and join a group or talk in a therapeutic setting. And reach out to your friends. Don't be ashamed. I know that people tend to judge people that are depressed or even people that are drug addicted. And we were just talking about this in another live last night, actually, about how people are really stigmatized. And I can tell you that there are people that are not going to judge you. Okay. And if you're feeling judged by the people around you, it's time to reach out to someone else. Call a hotline. Please, please, please reach out to someone. Don't give up. We are going to get through this, but we're only going to get through this together. You are not alone. Many of us are suffering. And I think a lot of times people that are suffering the most, you'd never have an idea. You'd never have an idea. They seem like they just are the happiest people you've ever met. And then you hear, you get the news that they've passed away or they've taken their lives. So please, 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 if there's one thing you remember about this video, reach out if you need help. And if you think someone might need help, just check in with them. Just check in with them. Be annoying. Be annoying. Don't think to yourself, "Oh, I don't really want to bother them." And I don't care. Bother them. Because you know what? Sometimes it's just important, even when someone says, I'm fine, I don't want to talk about it. Sometimes they need to talk about it. So please, please reach out if you need help and check in. Check in if you see someone that might be struggling. Please check in and just make sure they're okay. All right. And I want you to remember as I close this out tonight that you are valuable. You are important. And the things I talked about tonight about creating that stress shield, you are worth it. Okay. You're worth having a good life and not feeling. Let me turn down this music so it's like a little too club vibe for me right now. Take it way down. There you go. I think this is important. You're valuable. You matter. I promise. Okay. Even if you don't matter to anyone else in the world, you matter to me. Okay. And I know that sounds weird, but there are crazy people like me that just care. We just care. That's just what we do. Okay. And we would miss you if you were gone. And I could almost bet you $10 that there's somebody else besides me that would miss you if you were gone. So, yeah, reach out, talk to someone, and know that you're not alone. We're all struggling in our own way, and we can get through this together. Okay. So love and light to you all, and I will see you next time. Be sure to check out my website that should be in the caption, regeneration.podia, podia.com. And you can see the stress shield. You can see ebooks on transforming and finding your life's purpose, and a course on that. And I think the next live we will probably, or a live very soon, we will kind of talk about those topics and address that, because I feel like transforming and finding our life's purpose is very, very apropos with what's going on right now. New year, right? New year, new goals, new plans. So we will definitely talk about that. So whatever platform you're finding me on now, do me a huge favor. Subscribe and hit the bell so that if there is a bell, that you can be notified. And when new videos come out, I hope to see you. And comment. And even if you're not watching this live and it was, it's pre-recorded and it's being aired later, I would love for you to comment if you can and tell me where you're watching it from. And maybe if you have a tip on creating your stress shield, what do you do to kind of relieve stress and anxiety? I'd love to get some more, more feedback on different ideas that I might have missed. Maybe something that helps you will help others. So, okay. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon, and have a wonderful few days of this year. And then it's on to 2022. Take care.